Welcome back, everyone. Today I've got a strategy where we are farming 8 mod corrupted maps. I am getting about 25 divines per hour on average with this, pushing up to about 30 depending on how the tier 16.5s roll as you drop them. Setup is the standard map farming setup. So cartography scarab of escalation, 3 scarab of multitudes, and 1 of corruption. And then we are running this on an 8 mod tier 16.5 with 100% more maps. These maps were running me about 90C each. I think the price has gone up to about 110, 120, but you're still going to make a solid amount of profit. At the current prices of the 100% more maps rolled in the tier 16.5 8 mods, I would consider going down to 70%. You'll drop about 5 less maps per map on average, but they are only 45C. If these 100% maps are more than 120 chaos per, I would consider going down to 70%. The Atlas tree is very simple. We're specced into shrines, Kalguur, and we are going red altars. For Kalguur, I'm taking most of the nodes. I am looking for more bismuth. I am not taking lost shipments because I don't want the ores replaced. You'll see 1 or 2 ores per map, and you want one of them to be bismuth, and click that for more drops around the entire map. We are also going Delirium so that we have a couple extra maps dropped per map, as well as some extra rewards as you are killing mobs. I'm taking red altars for more map dupe chance on the altars, and also the Eldritch Embers are worth more than the Eater Ickers at this point. I'm also taking increased map effect so that we get more maps on the modifier per map, and we are taking to shaping of the mountains and shaping the skies passives for more maps there, as well as shaping the world and inside here as well, just for more map drop. We want to put as many map nodes as possible on here. Do not forget about the memory influenced ones. These will make you a good amount of money as you are selling them. You want as many of those to drop as possible. You do have a couple of extra nodes. You can slot them into more maps found. It really isn't much more that you can do to influence a crazy amount from what I've tested. Now what I want to do is talk about searching for maps. As I've said before, there is a website called PoE.re. We can put in our filter or our regex for our build. I want 100% more maps. I want it to be 8 mods only, and I want to filter out these mods. So I've got this. I can copy that and click on this trade button as well. It will bring up a trade window. Now we've got tier 17 maps here. All you have to do is go to this and section, type in Originator memories, and it will filter all of those out. You don't want to run the maps with any of the slaver or any of these citadels, and I wasn't running these delirious because I have the delirium mirror. If you want to filter those out further, be my guest. Then you will come to the hideout and make sure that we have copied our regex just to double check, and boom, we have the map right here that we are looking for, and we can just buy that. So it's very easy to find maps. You can just come back here and then go down a list and buy all the maps you need. When you do run these maps, what you do is you'll come through, you get the Delirium mirror, and then you will go and rush the boss. So we'll kill the boss, and then we'll pick up any maps that they're dropped, and we will come through and we'll kind of scout the map out a little, looking for any of the ores. We're looking for Bismuth Ore, so I'm just kind of going through and looking for that. I don't want to kill everything, but I don't want to die at the same time, so just make sure you look for the Bismuth Ore before you start full clearing the map. Then if you don't find a Bismuth Ore in any of the corners, we will start clearing and looking for map dupe altars. As you can see, a lot of maps drop here. We've got a map dupe altar there. And all of these are going to be tier 16 corrupted. Once you're done running your maps and you have a ton of corrupted tier 16s, you know, just like a bunch of maps, then you can come into Faustus and you can just bulk price them at 10C and just fill up tabs with them. These will sell quick if you put them up for bulk sale on TFT or whatever bulk selling tool that you use. For pricing of nightmare maps, they're priced around the Uber fragments, so they're pretty much just going to stay stagnant at about 35C. I sold them at 40C, but 35C if you want insta sell. And then Tier 16.5s. Now, most of these are going to just sell for about 15, 20 chaos, but you're looking for high tier rolls of more maps, or high tier roll of currency with pack size, or high roll of scarabs. Just a ridiculous amount of rarity. So one example of a map I just dropped is this one. It's a 316% rarity. You plug that in, go up to here, and look at this. We're looking at a 1 or 2 divine map if you have the currency roll. So these will sell for a good amount, and it's not uncommon that they drop this way. That's how I've been selling them. On average, I think I am selling these maps for about 80 chaos a piece, balancing out the 20 chaos sales and the 100 to 1 divine sales as well. You'll sell quite a bit of these for 80 to 120 chaos. One alternative strat that I tried while farming this was Abyss propagation strategy to try to drop more maps. I did this Atlas tree, lots of maps, just specced out of shrines and Delirium, kept Kalguur, and put in Abyss. We use a lightless astrolabe, so I put on synthesized stability so that we can get more of the Abyss mods. I run these on City Square, but if you do see more rares spawn, then you can do that map as well. Make sure that you are still scouting the area for Bismuth Ore. You will rush the map boss, look for ore, clear the rest of the map, and then do the Abyss last. I took some data here from a sample of each, just 20 maps, after I've gone through and tested a ton of different combinations. So the maps are running me about 90C, 1.2 chaos for an escalation. The corruption was about 8.5 to 9, 8.6 when I bought them, and then multitudes were about 1.75 or 2C each. The total cost for map would then be 105 chaos, and it was about 9.9 divines worth of investment. The revenue, the vast majority of it comes from maps, and I dropped 27 nightmare maps, so over 1 nightmare map per map, 31 originator maps, which I sold on average for 70 chaos, and then 388 tier 16 maps that I am bulk selling for 10 a piece. In total, I earned 39.9 divines. After the investment, that is 30 divines of profit. It took me 1.05 hours to do that. We are making 1.5 divines profit per map at 28.6 divines per hour. With propagation, less of your revenue comes from the maps, but you get some more currency, more scarabs. This one might actually outshine in the long run if you do get a lot of things on your scarabs, so bloodlines, wrist scarabs, etc. The added input cost would be the Allflame propagation and the lightless astrolabe. I balanced this at about 6 maps per astrolabe, so about 30 chaos each. This makes the total cost per map 177 chaos and a 16.7 divine investment over 20 maps. The conversions were a little bit worse for nightmare maps, and the originator maps were about the same, but I did drop more maps overall. You can duplicate nightmare maps, so this might just be a difference of I got a couple more dupes over on the standard run, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. You get a lot of other loot to supplement. It does take a little bit longer. If you have a build with really good clear, then you can bring this time down to be close to the standard rate. I made 32 divines profit over 1.33 hours, so more profit per map, but it takes a little bit longer, so the profit per hour was a little bit lower. If you are able to run these at the same speed, try the propagation one. It might be a little more variance in the loot. Just a heads up. If you have any questions about how the strategy works, how to sell maps, how to buy maps, or anything of that nature to get the strategy going, please ask below in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one.